Welcome to the Daily Exchange. We are talking Bitcoin up, smashing it, 7,250 bucks. We're talking about the future of cryptocurrency. We're talking about trading. We're talking about security tokens. We're talking about the future and where we're going. Price predictions after this as well. We'll see you guys soon. All right, we're back. Guys, we are back up. Bitcoin trading right up there, up 8%, 7,000. Let's bring up the graph, Joel. It's a beautiful graph today. It's amazing. I'm happy. Well, you can be happy every day, really. 7,255 Ethereum at 292, EOS at $6.52. What else we got? There's a little bit of ups and downs. 34 cents a Ripple as per usual. Let's go back here. The big standout right now, Ethereum Classic up 7.64%. I just need someone to quietly explain to me what Ethereum Classic is. Joel, how many times have I talked about the Ethereum Classic? Was this like the 50th show now?
I should actually keep count.
50 shows. 50 shows, and I still, I don't get it. 50 shows later, someone explained to me the purpose of Ethereum Classic versus the thousands and thousands of developers working on Ethereum. I don't know. You never know your luck in a cryptocurrency city, really. Anyway, let's move on. It is Labor Day right now in the US, so there's potentially a lot of barbecues going on. There's a lot of things going down. There was recently a big move of, I think it was 10 million US, or it might have been 100 million even, from Tether into Bitfinex. Will we see a monster pump? The shorts are going up. It is literally in some serious trouble zone in terms of the shorts market right now. If you want to, yeah, we can check it out there. Sorry. You can see the shorts are, what are we at? 32,000. This is a massive increase. I don't know why suddenly all these shorts have come in, but apparently they have. People just think it's going to go down. That could sense, with a big loading of Bitfinex and the shorts flying up, that could mean literally we could see a monster pump. Bitfinex obviously was surging over the weekend, or so was BitMEX. Bitcoin's obviously very strong right now. Some analysts are suggesting we grab some popcorn and watch for Bitcoin to either break through 7,500 or defend that 7,000 mark. I don't know. How is everyone feeling out there? Joel, how are you feeling? Are we going to go up or down?
Ooh, this is not financial advice.
This is not financial advice. I've never given financial advice. We're not talking about anything to do with financial advice.
I want it to go up.
You want it to
I don't know what it's going to do, but that's what I'm hoping.
In other trading news, the Australian dollar is getting absolutely smashed by the US dollar right now. It is down again. There is some more economic data coming out this week. It is the lowest since January 2016. That's a pretty bad shitcoin. All right, moving on. Ethereum. So the Ethereum core developer meeting late last week, devs have decided to reduce the mining reward for new block creation to 2 Ethereum, down from 3 Ethereum. Given the net effect this has to drop inflation on Ether, many might have expected this to boost the price of the ETH token. So far, it doesn't seem to have done anything. Let's have a look. Ethereum, no movement. $291.87. I just want to flag to everyone, I'll bring this back. This is the graph from last Friday. Last Friday? Today. Last Friday. Today. Last Friday and today. Look at the movements up. Amazing. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Lots of interesting coins going on now. Dogecoin is down 20% after its price shot up 60%. Volume has spiked 600% on the back of Doge Ethereum arriving and integration of features like Ethereum smart contract onto the Doge network. A 13 months partnership that's been 13 months in the work. 13 months to get Doge Ethereum going. Wow. In terms of top coins, Verge seems to be up a little bit. It has been partnered with the Euro. And Bitcoin Cash is up 15% yesterday. Bitcoin Cash, wow. A little spike that kicked in after the planned BCH network stress testing. Still, the price momentum is the best BCH has seen in a month against the backdrop of the internal debate of the entire thing forking into two. NEM bucking the altcoin trend, and it's having some gains today. Some analysts suggesting that after dropping into almost 10 cents, NEM has found support with bottom, looking close right now. NEM. I don't think we've talked about NEM. Have we spoken even about NEM at all, Joel?
I didn't think so.
I don't think we've spoken at all. Ethereum Classic. I don't even want to talk about Ethereum Classic. Let's move on. Key dates. What are the key dates in cryptocurrency right now? All right. Because these are really, really important. Now, we've got, that's the wrong one. We've got some really important dates, and I'll run through them. So December 10, I'm going to tell you why they're important. The fork snapshot date for BTCA token, anonymous Bitcoin, fork of Z Classic 2-to-1 and Bitcoin 1-to-1, the 10th of September. So get your Bitcoin ready. You get 1-to-1 on that day. Remember that. Z Classic as well. And September 11, why is that important? Because you're going to get free tokens. Free tokens are kind of cool. September 11, Nexo, big announcement to crew on Twitter. Could be expected credit card arrival for the Nexo token. Or potentially it could be a Binance listing. That would be intense. Nexo on Binance. Wow. Why is it important? Because the credit card obviously will allow it to be easier to borrow money via cryptocurrency, and the Binance listing, well, it's just more liquidity, more volume, more buyers. September 5th, we've got VeChain automobile partnership announced. It's been teased on Twitter. It comes after IOTA announced it's working with BMW over the weekend. Did IOTA move at all based on that announcement? It has not really. Let's go back, 7-day trend. I suppose it's up 24% in the last 7 days. That's pretty good. What else we got? Bitcoin on the 7th of September, Bitcoin interest hard fork, BCI, is coming up. Again, free tokens. And VeChain and PwC Asia event. We'll see what VeChain has to announce at their Asia event. On the 15th of September, again, another important date, Worbli.io launch an EOS airdrop. So get your EOS locked in and you will get your airdrop ready. Worbli.io. What is Worbli.io? I don't know what that is. Worbli.io and EOS. Did I mispronounce this? I don't think, is I selling it? Worbli.io. We'll have to come back on that one for you guys. Worbli.io airdrop. On the 19th of September, the CBOE XBT expiration date. So remember that, the 19th of September, that's when the futures close. On the 28th of September, Monero Bulletproof release, an interesting milestone for Monero's development that replaces a range of proofs. Important now. Monero was forecast by the Satis Group to go up dramatically, 32,000% over the next 10 years. So check out Monero. That's not financial advice, but do have a look at this fork and have a read their white paper. 30th of September or earlier, the ETF ruling. SEC will review the CBOE BZX exchange proposed. Obviously, that's been one we've been talking about for ages. The SolidX and VanEck ETF, which is a big date. On the 30th of September as well, Zilliqa mainnet launch. The first dApp was scheduled around the 30th, now expected sometime between here and January. So it's going to happen later. Zilliqa mainnet launch. Check it out. 30th of September. Also on the 30th of September is the CME. Bitcoin futures will close. So the CBOE and then the CBOE is on the 19th and the CME is on the 30th. Moving into October, a really important date. Coinbase is exploring Cardano, Basic Attention Token, Stellar, Zcash, and ZeroX. Hopefully it'll happen by the 1st of October. So they're reviewing those coins right now. Check those guys out. Why is that important? Because every coin that seems to list on Coinbase seems to get a big pump. For example, Ethereum Classic. Anyway. Stellar Lightning Network Beta is to launch on the 1st of October as well. Why is that important? Because it'll get more usage and could potentially be a faster everyday usage of the Stellar network. 19th of October, the CBOE expiration date, and on the 31st of October, there's some big things. The CME will close its futures, and then Ravencoin is launching its mainnet. Ravencoin is the security token platform that is led by Bruce Fenton and Overstock.com. Those guys have been doing some great videos. There's no ICO for Ravencoin. Do check it out. That's not financial advice, but Ravencoin is one of those ones that everyone's been sort of looking out for. And on the 31st of October as well, Binance will make its quarterly burn of its Binance token, and Archain will launch its name registry. Anytime something launches, it's really a good thing. And then we've got in November, we've got Bakkt launch sometime then, and Ethereum Classic IoT compatibility potentially coming across as well. Ethereum Classic IoT compatibility. I don't want to go there. Let's move on. There are the most important dates in cryptocurrency, so do check those out. Put them in your diary. Trading trends, where are we going to go from here? So Bakkt, obviously, which is a huge thing because the New York Stock Exchange parent company ICE, Intercontinental Exchange, is backing this. And backing it is exactly what is going down, because it will physically back the future with Bitcoin, which is pretty awesome. Now, what does this open up? Potentially, this could open up an application that they might help in bringing STOs, security tokens, to life. Because if you can back Bitcoin with actual Bitcoin, they could potentially back a security with an actual security. That would be amazing. Potentially Polymath and Swarm coming across and helping them. But I do think Bakkt could potentially be the gateway into security tokens that we've all been looking for, because the New York Stock Exchange has an exceptional history and track record of understanding the regulation and what's required to make that happen. Could be a real game changer, that Bakkt. That's in November. That's in November. Big deal, November. Indiegogo co-founder Slava Rubin, and I will quote, is saying, in 2018, we've seen regulators, especially here in the US, take a more proactive approach toward understanding and regulating these offerings. That's security tokens. To make sure interests between investors and companies are aligned, as guidance has become clearer around how to do these offerings, legally, there's been a real shift in the desire for security tokens, as they offer a natural bridge between the crowdfunding element of an ICO and the regulatory clarity of a securities offering. Now, Indiegogo is a crowdsourcing platform. So if the Indiegogo guy is saying that security tokens could be a good way to go, that could be a real positive sign for security tokens. And again, opening a major channel and use case for cryptocurrencies, security tokens. The Gibraltar Stock Exchange also thinks security tokens will be big and says, and I quote, the launching of a regulated security token offering will take place using the GSX license, Gibraltar Stock Exchange license, as GSX is itself already an EU-regulated stock exchange. So the GBX, that's the Gibraltar Exchange for cryptocurrencies, is launching, and you've got the GSX, which is their stock exchange. Now, bringing those two things together, you will suddenly be able to trade security tokens, which is absolutely amazing. And giving guidelines and reasons and ways as to how that would work would be exceptional. I'm just going to pause for a second, Joel. Why is Tether down?
I'm not sure.
I don't even know what to talk about that. Let's move on. Protocols. We've got this little fun periodic table right now. Let's bring it up. It's called the crypto table, periodic table of cryptocurrencies. We've got, actually has all the prices as well. It's kind of cool. We've got privacy coins over here. We've got Bitcoin, Zcash, XVG. That's kind of cool, isn't it? Navcoin, PIVX. We talked about that the other day, didn't we? Zcoin. That's Ruben, our boy. $12.61. It's doing pretty well. Zcash, Monero. Actually, the price doesn't matter. It obviously depends on the secondary supply and everything. We've got platforms: Ethereum, Cardano, EOS, Neo, Ethereum Classic. I don't even know why. Why would they do something like that? Quantum, Zilliqa, Zem, Zilliqa launching based on that calendar we just talked about. Really interesting stuff. These are all the protocols. These are all the gaming ones. And media, Steam, Tron, BAT. The media one's Tron, obviously with Bitcoin, BitTorrent. Others, these are pretty random, aren't they? We got Rep, which is a predictions market. Internet of Things, Power Ledger. Really cool little protocols thing. I think what's going to happen in the next 6 months is you're going to see protocols. I think are going to. Here's my prediction for protocols on the blockchain going forward. I think what's going to happen is that protocols are going to work out, and I don't think there's going to be like the other ones. A lot of them are going to tail off. But to build a protocol, you're going to need a certain number of things. You need exchanges, or decentralized exchanges. You need wallets, free wallets. You need naming and registries, or basically a way to track the whole thing. You need a whole series of things that go into making it, potentially even a privacy coin or a privacy option or something like that. And I think you could basically write down all the things a good, solid protocol has. So if you look at Ethereum, I would just basically take that template and then make that the roadmap of my protocol. And build and incentivize people to build projects doing that and get them to fund in that protocol token. That way, I see it's like building the base of an amazing protocol. Because Ethereum is the headway, it's the leader in this right now. And it has amazing minds like Joe Lubin and Vitalik driving it in terms of what you need in the actual platform itself. So just take their learnings, replicate that, and then give all that framework for people to build on top of your blockchain. That way, all the projects that are being funded are actually going to be funded because by the token holders themselves, because they want those projects to succeed. And I would fund them in that in the native token, and I would drive that actual project in that native token as well. So developers are basically being incentivized to build projects on the platform itself to incentivize to build and grow that platform, thereby creating a virtuous cycle that they receive that token, it goes up in value because of what they build, and then they will help fund the next one, and other people will help fund that, and so on and so on and so on. And that is why I think Joe Lubin, for example, is so bullish on Ethereum, because he owns so much of it, and he just keeps on building more and more and more and more stuff. That's why Consensus exists, right? It's being funded by Ethereum. And the more Ethereum grows, the more he's incentivized to grow and build upon it. And that same virtuous cycle is what we need in EOS, NEM, Zilliqa, on all these other platforms, right, that are coming. You need all of the infrastructure and systems to drive and grow and build that protocol. All right, moving on. Noting that it's important to note that backed and securities and max tokenization, there are also increasingly diverse options to trade. I'm not talking about obviously just Ethereum futures, which are coming potentially as well on the CME. Or was it the CBOE? I'll have to check my notes on that one. Perpetual futures contract, which recently launched on crypto derivatives firm Crypto Facilities, a competitor to BitMEX, and there are obviously others. But they've got pairs such as XBT versus USD, ETH, Bitcoin Cash, Ripple, and they've got others. And these futures contracts, perpetual futures contract, work similar to regular futures, except there's no settlement date. Right? It's a perpetual futures contract. And the contracts tend to trade closer to the underlying reference index, which is really good because you can basically take a position and then you might be long or short depending on where the market's at, and that rebalances the entire thing. You might be paying some interest or you might be taking some interest, depending on where the market's at in terms of longs and shorts. And that's why you have this perpetual futures contract running. Decentralized exchanges, so we've got the peer-to-peer, and Binance have been talking about launching their decentralized exchange, and that obviously goes back to the old school original way of doing things in terms of exchanges. I do think that's potentially going to keep growing. I do think there's going to be some of those on other platforms like EOS. And then there is actually a new platform potentially coming out. I don't know whether it's going to come out or not. But it is being worked on. There is an ICO currently being worked on. These guys over at ThinkCoin. Now, ThinkCoin, what they're trying to do, and this is not financial advice, this is not an encouragement to invest. There's nothing to do with that. It's just an interesting one to look at because they're basically taking all the old systems and trying to combine together in order for people to do things like multi-asset, high-frequency trading in its own ecosystem. So you've got a whole series of different CFDs, FX. You've got all sorts of ways of trading that they're trying to bring together under one roof, which is kind of cool. It's worth checking out. All right, guys. We might wrap it up there. Just final prices. Bitcoin trading at $7,258. Ethereum at $291. EOS at $6.53. Bitcoin Cash at $634. Ethereum Classic at $14.04. Ripple at 34 cents. Neo at 21 bucks. I didn't see that. Neo creeping up. And Monero, I'm going to start talking about a bit more about Monero now. $120.93. Guys, do subscribe. I'm Fred Chibesta with the Daily Exchange. There's Joel on the line. Danny producing this, writing some amazing scripts. We'll see you guys tomorrow with the Daily Exchange.